Hello, we are Team 24, otherwise known as the Bio Buddies, and we competed in R for Plot-A-Thon 2024. My name is Emily Chang,
I'm Sergio Mercado.
and this is our reflection.
So starting with data cleaning, first we were filtering by location. We noticed that a lot of the reviews that we're going through were focused in the Santa Barbara area, including cities like Goleta and Montecito. But we also noticed that there are a few stragglers that were from other areas in California and even out of state. And since there was such little numbers of these, we realized that we really couldn't do important analyses that would be strong with them. So we decided to remove the ones that were outside of this area. And we also noticed misspelled and double-spaced entries, which we corrected with a filter tool to find misspellings, and we used the trim tool to remove double-spaced entries. A particular challenge that we had during data cleaning was also having to find zip codes to convert to zip code tabulation areas, which we used later on. Certain zip codes actually don't have a zip code tabulation area to it, so you need to append it to another one, which was for a small number of them, but we were able to use this to properly get our data in the shape that we needed it. In the end, we actually decided to focus on restaurant data because we noticed that restaurant data provided the largest variety and the most robust set of data. In the end, we filtered for things in the categories of restaurants, bars, and food, and cafes, and we had a set of over 1,000 data points to still use in our analyses. For our visualization, we wanted to provide a variety of visualizations to make sure that our readers were looking through each one and understanding what they're saying. We also had two that were focused on location because we had a lot of location data that was for every point, including the coordinates and the zip codes, which we used in our map and in our scatter plot. We also thought that it was important to include analyses that didn't really establish a relationship that we expected to see from them. For example, in our box plot on the bottom right, in stars versus price, we were hoping to see a correlation between the price and stars rating. But what we saw was that the average was actually about the same for all of them. Even though it wasn't what we expected, we thought it was important to share this information with our readers. And we did this by focusing also on visuals that are eye-catching and easy to understand.
When we got to the data storytelling, we were inclined to do a long form graphic because it naturally leads the eye. And since our data focus was on restaurants, we wanted the graphic to be related. So we drew inspiration from vintage diner menus. Accordingly, we chose a cohesive color scheme throughout the infographic that drew back to the vintage diner menu. And we incorporate distinct grouping of related analyses, but still maintained flow between each section by ensuring that the description of the analysis led into one another. In terms of our challenges, we, as you can tell from our name, are bio majors. So we have only worked with R for 2 class periods in a previous ecology class. So some tools that we use to overcome those challenges include the Plot-A-Thon canvas and internet resources, as well as libraries. Additionally, we did not realize there was a prompt for the majority of the first day, but we took the direction we were initially going and adjusted it to fit within the prompt.
To conclude, through Plot-A-Thon, we prepared a thorough data analysis on markers of restaurant success in Santa Barbara. We were able to tailor our data cleaning to provide useful and usable data for all of our analyses. And through this process, we also picked up really useful skills in R, project management, and data storytelling. We'd like to give a special thanks as well to the Plot-A-Thon team for making this possible.